You want to make that comment again?
Hot damn. Like Stacey and I, we did something interesting. We were watching movies that my mother likes.
Uh-huh.
And my mom, she's classic. She was born like 1958, I believe. So her generation of movies is late 70s, early 80s.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and one movie in particular that we'll talk about in a minute came out in 1978. Let King Jump do his thing.
Okay, I'm going to say this on the air because I want to say it every time. You don't have to introduce him. He does well enough to introduce himself. That is why
He's
we
the
have
intro.
him on the show.
All right, well, King German getting it.
What's going on, everybody? This your boy King Germ, one half of Pod and Saved Our Marriage. Each and every Friday, Queen Germ and myself drop an episode to show the people how Pod and Saved Our Marriage. Now, we're not like most married couples. Most of the time we disagree, but that's the beauty of the show. So, when you get through listening to Sparrows UnderReview, come give us a listen. Each and every Friday on any DSP, go look for Pod and Saved Our Marriage.
Animal House.
1978, National Lampoons. And if you do not know what National Lampoons is, you need to go out and figure it out. It was a comic magazine. And it has a lot of people that were part of the original cast of Saturday Night Live in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
And it had a young man. Tragically, his life got cut short, but he was an amazing actor in this movie, John Belushi, who we'll talk about later in another movie. My mom, I think she secretly had a thing for John Belushi or something because his comedy, if you're watching it at this time, like, and this is one thing I want to say to all the audience, this type of comedy was unhinged. There was nothing that they did not say or do. And like I said, with John Belushi,
Dang, he was young.
Yeah.
33.
Life cut short real early on. Hell of a comedian at that. We'll have to go watch some old Saturday Night Live so you can see more of him. But
Yeah.
you've seen two of his movies. Like, it's crazy that they...
Right in the same weekend?
Yeah.
Like, after you were talking about it, I'm like, and you'd say it now, like, maybe your mom did have a thing for him.
Yeah, on the low, because I'm like, yo, now this movie right here is cringe-worthy. And you have to think that this movie dealt with no type of sensitivity. Like,
right.
No one was safe.
And I think that's what I enjoy most about the older movies. This is going to come off rude. They didn't care about anybody's feelings back then. And I enjoy that sometimes. Sometimes I just want that crudeness.
Oh yeah.
I want the laugh and the giggle and the, ooh, I enjoy this and I don't have to worry about anything else. Like, no, I don't want all of that stuff out in the public in the real life, but seeing that in the movies makes it enjoyable to me.
Okay, now this one had an established cast. Some of these actors were older, namely what I can remember, John Belushi and Donald Sutherland. Because Donald Sutherland's been in a lot of stuff.
Yeah. I picked out Kevin Bacon real fast.
Yeah, and this is one of his first movies.
Mm-hmm.
So Kevin Bacon in this, and I'm like, yo, Kevin Bacon's still doing movies on low, even though they might be Netflix or Apple TV movies, but he's still doing movies.
Right, and I seen it, and I'm like, at first I was like, oh, okay. But then I'm like, wait, that's Kevin Bacon. That's the Footloose guy.
Yeah, so it's crazy that Kevin Bacon was in this movie.
I didn't really notice a whole lot of other cast as far as who I have known now.
Yeah. So crazy thing, this movie was filmed at the University of Oregon. Shout out to the Ducks. And this movie, I'm going to go over some accolades. In 2001, the United States Library of Congress deemed National Lampoons as a movie that would be part of the National Film Registry.
Okay. So can you dumb it down for me? Explain what that means, the National Film Registry.
All right, basically that's giving this movie the world title in wrestling, but it's doing more than that. It's like a Hollywood Walk of Fame type deal. Like when they get their star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, it's there forever.
Okay.
This immortalizes this movie as one of the great arts or films of our time.
Okay.
Sort of like they did Forrest Gump and stuff like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's a very well recognized
film.
and promoted type
Film,
film.
yes.
Okay.
Director of this is John Landis, American Werewolf in Paris, all kinds of different things like that. And for me, thriller. Harold Ramis, he's one I want to talk about. He wrote this film, and everybody knows him as Igor. He did different things, Groundhog Day, different things with Bill Murray and people like that. Very good comedic guy. So having those two guys in the background right there, this film was set up for success. Production on this was done by Universal Pictures.
Now, those films that you're talking about, were they before this?
After. Yeah.
Okay. So this was pretty much his like starting point then, or his walk to fame, kind of.
Yep.
Okay.
And Landis is credited with launching the grossed out film genre. And this movie is considered one of the best comedy films of all time.
Okay. So that's why I think we both enjoyed this one so much. He did National Lampoon's Animal House and The Blues Brothers.
Yeah.
Okay. And you could kind of, now thinking about it, you could kind of see the similarities. Like, they're not the same at all, but the similarities within the directing and stuff like that.
Yeah, and the comedy's outlandish. It's kind of, it's hard.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, the film takes place at a fraternity.
Yep.
And
At a college but based within a fraternity, right?
right.
Okay.
And it was crazy, like how this film came about. Like it's a funny film. I don't want to give too much away because it's one of these things. If you haven't seen it, I really want you to go see it.
Mm-hmm. Well, so I mean, I guess the most simplistic description is you have these two guys that go to college. They want to join this fraternity. Basically, they're told no, so they go join another one. Stuff happens. You got the craziness, you got the fun, you got the humor, all of that stuff rolled into this movie, and it gives you a couple twists and turns, but at the same time, it kind of ended the way that I figured it would end.
On a high note.
Yeah.
and the one thing that I'll say about this was at a time when movies did not get, sequels.
Right.
And when this movie was done, I was like, okay, you know what? I can definitely get down with this. Had a great performance by Otis Day and the Knights, which that was crazy when they performed their little song there. It had booze, women, and everything else that went on with the culture back then, I guess. Funny points, highlighting points. Like some of this stuff was just so over the top. Your marching band. Oh wow, Stacey's face just went crazy.
Well, it's a very sensitive topic here. I'm going to highlight it and let you read it. So basically, one of the guys, they have a party, a toga party, and he is making out with this girl, which she's drinking, obviously. It's a frat party, so there's drinking. And they sit there and make out with each other, and he has to decide whether he's going to continue that while she's asleep, passed out, or if he's going to stop. Well, he ends up taking her home. And read this last sentence.
Yo, I didn't even know that.
I didn't know that either. I didn't pay attention. I don't want to give that part away because I want everybody to go in there and have that same reaction we just had.
But I'm going to say this. That explains the tissue falling out.
Right. She the female had stuffed some tissues in her brassiere.
Yeah, so this is a wild boy movie.
Right.
Yo, I'm going to say this. I'm going to have to go back and watch this again.
I know, because now that I see that, like at least the house party part, because I'm just like, oh snap. Let's see. Okay, that's cool. Animal House was the first film produced by National Lampoon.
Okay.
the most popular humor magazine on college campuses in the mid 1970s.
Yes.
Excuse me. What else is in there? What?
Chris
What'd you
Miller.
see? Who is that?
He's an author. He's a screenwriter. Like, it's got all kinds of people involved in this.
Okay. Sorry for all the breaks, guys, but we should have read this before we got in here, but you know how we roll.
And the crazy thing that ties people to National Lampoons will be like the Christmas Vacation and those type of movies. Those have Chevy Chase in them, also of Saturday Night Live fame, and a lot of people, you would know them once I showed them to you. You'd be like, yeah, I've seen that.
Right.
So National Lampoons has been going on for a while.
Oh, okay. And then, like you said, it did it on a campus here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It says the filmmaker's next problem was finding a campus or a college that would let them shoot the film on their campus. Because it was set in the past, they needed a location with a classic look. So they submitted the script to several colleges and universities, but, in quotations, nobody wanted this movie, end quote, due to the script. It says, according to Landis, I couldn't find the look. Every place that had the look said no thank you. Dang. The University of Missouri gave consent to shoot the movie at the college, but President Schuling, is that how you say it?
Mm-hmm.
Withdrew permission to film after reading the script. So the University of Oregon, let's see, had been a senior administrator here in California. They must have agreed after that point. Oh, shoot. Because of the film's content, however, he insisted that Oregon not be mentioned in the film. The filmmakers paid $20,000 to use the campus.
Damn.
So that was a nice little donation there. I mean, heck, it would make more, like nowadays, I feel like knowing that it was shot at the University of Oregon would want to make students go there more.
Okay.
I mean, I would. If I was still young and in a partying stage, I'd want to go somewhere like that after seeing this.
And it's wild how much money these dudes made on this movie. Like, I'm looking at that stuff, and yes, we're on Wikipedia. I'm amazed. Like, John Belushi only made $35,000 on that movie, and this is going to make sense later when we get to talk about this. And
the original cut of the movie was a lengthy 175 minutes.
Man, I want to see that.
Yeah, and more than an hour was dropped. The deleted scenes included some stuff here. You can find that on Wikipedia. I'm not going into all of that.
And one fun thing I want to say is Donald Sutherland was in this movie for 2 days worth of work, and he wanted $25,000 as his upfront fee, his day rate. And instead of taking points or taking a certain percentage of this film, and he threw away over $14 million.
Dang.
Him and Vincent Price had the same distinction because Vincent Price was the voice in Thriller, and he did the same exact thing, and he lost millions of dollars by taking a flat rate instead of taking percentage. So anybody out there, always think about this. Even though your royalties may outlive you and your family gets them, or it may turn into something different, this movie wasn't even a cult classic. This movie is actually one of the most successful movies of all time. We'll talk about that in a minute.
So there were some spinoffs here for Animal House.
Okay.
The film inspired a short-lived half hour of Delta House on ABC.
Oh, snap.
Yep. It inspired Co-Ed Fever.
Okay.
Which was on CBS. The film planned a sequel set in 1967. Let's see. Why didn't it go? Oh, okay. Let's see. It says it contained some hippie 1967 sequences, had not done well. And then when Belushi died, the idea was indefinitely shelved.
Okay, I can see that.
Okay. Yeah, I get that. Because it was just too good to make a new one. So where you want to start now? You want me to go ahead with the numbers? Are we done on it?
Yeah, go ahead with the numbers, because
Okay. These are some crazy numbers. The budget was $3 million. And you got to remember, 20,000 of that automatically went to the school. The box office was $141.6 million.
it was the highest grossing comedy film, it was the highest grossing comedy film of all time, of its time.
Yep. And it says, oh, shoot. It says it garnered an estimated gross of more than 141 million in the form of theatrical rentals and home video, not including merchandising, and making it the highest grossing comedy film of its time. Yeah.
So statistically speaking, if we term that over, $3 million turns into $14.4 million in our time.
Yep.
And it made over $679 million in today's money.
Yep.
That is probably one of the biggest success I've ever read thus far. I mean, and we know I'm a movie guru. Like that,
Right.
That's crazy. And if you look at how much the cast made, did you look at that?
No, where is it at?
Down there at the bottom.
Where it says cast?
Yeah, it's a little further down. Where did I see it? Yeah, casting. In the casting, John Belushi made $35,000.
Okay, well, it said he received only $35,000 for Animal House, but was paid a bonus after the film became a hit.
Yeah, and it has a tie-in to Meatloaf. Landis was gonna put Meatloaf in the place of Belushi.
Right. It says Landis also met with Meatloaf in case Belushi turned down the role of Bluto.
Yeah, so that's kind of crazy. And Niedermeyer's horse received $40,000.
Wow.
Yeah, and then you see that part about Donald Sutherland where it cost him $14 million. So yeah, that's gonna make me, if I'm ever famous and get in a movie or get on Prison Break, I'm gonna take points. I don't care about the upfront money, because, like you said, that was, man, Donald Sutherland. I feel bad for you. Let me make sure you're still alive. So oh yeah, you're still alive, Donald Sutherland, because you was in the Hunger Games or something.
Right. Yes, he was.
Yeah, he was in the Hunger Games.
Snow?
Yeah.
Is that his name?
Wasn't he in Jaws too?
I don't know.
He was in the.
Was he in any of the Jurassic Parks?
He was in the Hunger Game.
Oh no, that was the other guy. I feel like he'd make a good character in Jurassic Park.
Yeah, his children. He's got a famous son, some guy named Kiefer Sutherland.
Mm-hmm.
Known fame of what was it? How would you know Kiefer Sutherland? Young Guns, Lost Boys, Flatliners. Any of the real famous TV show called 24.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's crazy how like everything branches off from certain movies. Now.
So if there's any other movies out there, kind of like this one, let us know. We did that one, and then we did the Blues Brothers. So keep those off the list. But I've been enjoying watching these older movies from the 70s. Because like I kind of said, it takes your mind off of everything, and it lets you have that comedy and crudeness, and you can just laugh about it.
Okay, yeah. And I'll say this: I liked it, this movie, because it was a relief. It wasn't like what we live in today. Like everything,
right? It's not as sensitive as it is today.
Yeah, so definitely go back and check out this classic. I'm gonna just say I can't read it because it's already a classic. The United States said it's a classic. The Congress, the library,
right? And it's one of those where I would throw it in and watch it every so often. definitely better than Snow White that we did last week, but it's probably, I don't know, if I wanted to sit down and watch it with somebody to see, like, hey, I need you to watch this movie because it's funny, I'm definitely going to watch it with them. But there's just, too much stuff in going on to say, hey, I'm going to watch this every year or every month or something like that.
Yeah, because it's something like it will be a certain type of person, like your dad, 100%. Your mom, no.
Right. Anytime it's on TV, he's gonna sit there and watch it.
Right, but you heard what I said. Like I said, I would watch it with your dad. I wouldn't watch it with your mom.
Right. Anyways, on that note, something we forgot the last time. Thanks everybody for listening. If you wouldn't mind, make sure you hit that follow button, give us a like, and even leave us a comment. Even if you don't agree with anything that we said, let us know in a nice way. We are on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. I'm Stacey.
And I'm JR.